John, did you have to interview for this job at Montana State?
No, not exactly. I'd say this is a little bit of an unorthodox thing to begin with.
All right. Explain why you're the assistant coach for the women's team at Montana State.
Well, they've had a couple coaching changes. A couple of their regulars that have been there forever have left. The last one just last week. So they're shorthanded. My daughter, Lindsay, is a senior there playing for the women's basketball team. And they asked. Coach Benford called me the other day and said, hey, would you come help out? We're shorthanded. To try to find somebody new in this short time period would be difficult, and we know you're familiar with the team, and we know you're going to be there a lot this year, so can you help out? That's how it came about.
What coach are you going to be channeling as the assistant coach here?
Wow. I think every time I coach, I channel a little bit of everybody. Sloan comes in, Frank Layden comes in, my high school coach comes in, Dan Fitzgerald with Gonzaga. I mean, you just kind of absorb these guys over the years and borrow a little bit from everybody. So hopefully they all come in and help out. I need the help.
Now, it's pretty cool that you're able to do this, but sometimes girls at that age with their dads may not want them around. Did you have to ask your daughter for permission to do this?
I wouldn't say permission, but we sure talked about it, and she was for it. I mean, they're as we mentioned, being shorthanded, and I think after they go to college a little bit, sometimes they like their mom and dad around a little bit more. So I'm not moving in, Dan. It's definitely a part-time thing. I'm coming when I can, a couple days a week, and trying to get to most of the games that we were going to try to get to anyway. So this isn't a big lifetime change for us or a career change. It's just an opportunity to spend some more time with her and enjoy some basketball.
Well, you look at the women's game, and I remember John Wooden telling me that he loved watching women's basketball, but there's a purer sense of basketball than you had in college or the pros. Your thoughts on when you see the women's game compared to whether it's college or the pros?
Well, it's not all above the rim. I mean, there's so much in the men's game that's predicated on just sheer brute athleticism, and that's not there with the women. And they have to be a little bit more technical. There's a little bit more design into shooting and organization and things like that, and they're a little bit more rule followers, frankly. So it's different, but it's different and fun, and they are competitive rascals. So you can definitely communicate on those lines with them.
Any of your kids gunners?
No.
I would have loved that.
I keep trying to encourage it, but they're not. But no.
I just thought that, here's that juxtaposition of you, the all-time assist leader, and you got kids who say, the heck with that. Dad passed all the time. We're shooting all the time.
Well, Carl Wallen, most of them have been influenced by Carl over the years, and he always told them, hey, listen, only one guy in this league gets paid to pass. Shoot the ball. So I think they're more influenced by him, but not quite gunners, which Carl wasn't either, obviously.
But how would you be now if you were playing the position?
Boy, I think I'm wired the way I'm wired, and I don't think things change. There's certain things that fire you up when you play, and I think there's just nothing like passing it and finding ways to make things work with the pass and getting other guys involved. That excites me, still does. And when I watch other guys that can do it, it still thrills me about the game. So I think I'd be pretty much the same.
But can you teach what you did?
Probably not. Trying to teach nuances of anything I'm finding is very difficult. And and people, again, are wired differently. So mostly I try to copy my old college coach, Dan Fitzgerald, and just try to bump what they already do instead of trying to change it.
He's John Stockton, a Hall of Fame guard who's moonlighting as the assistant basketball coach for the women's team at Montana State. How many dunks did you have in your career?
I had one, and nobody even noticed it. I could tell you the time, the place, the game, and it was late in the game, and I didn't tear the rim down or anything, but I was pretty fired up about it, and nobody even came up off the bench or noticed. So I said, well, that's as good as it gets, boys, so I didn't really try it again.
Wait, is there video of this, John?
I doubt it. They didn't have video back in those days. They were. It was a Cleveland game, I think, in my first or second game at the old Salt Palace. So, no, I don't think there's any video.
Most shots you took in an NBA game?
I crept over 20 maybe once or twice, but that was a rarity.
But why would you shoot that many times?
Just opportunity arose. I mean, early in my career, they almost dared me to shoot sometimes. they just figured I wouldn't, and I actually had to fight through that a little bit and show that I would, and then show that you can make it. But those big numbers probably just came late. There's double teaming Carl. Maybe Carl was out. I really don't know. It just happened on a given night.
Favorite players to watch now?
Lots of favorite players. I've really grown fond of watching Chris Paul, and I've seen him a lot. I've grown fond of watching the Jazz again with their resurgence from last year and their defensive. They're tough to score on. So, and of course, I always like San Antonio. They play a great style.
Who's in the league that you played against?
Boy, there aren't a lot.
Is Kevin Garnett?
Yep.
Kobe?
Yep. 1 or 2 years against Kobe, and I'm sure there's a few more, but you're catching me early in the morning, Dan. My brain's not wide awake yet.
I was still amazed that, you were a throwback in a lot of ways, but you didn't want publicity. Where did that come from that you didn't need it, didn't ask for it, cater to it? I mean, even like now I see you in a commercial, but when you were playing, you never would have done something like that.
No, I wanted to concentrate on playing, and it's a double-edged sword. I think if you put your name out there and you're always seen, and you attract some bad things as well as some good things. So it's still going to be seldom for me, but it's a little bit easier. The kids are older. I'm not bringing any of that bad stuff that I was talking about into it if I involve myself in something. So it's a little bit easier now, but I don't think media darling's ever going to be part of my resume.
What about when the kids come over? Like, do they want to see memorabilia, highlights? Do they know just how great you were?
Well, the older ones, I have a couple. Michael and David are both trying to get their foot in the door, and they can see how difficult it is, and it's kind of dawning on all of us how fortunate we were just to get the foot in the door, have an opportunity to play, and having somebody appreciate what you do, et cetera, and how long my career was, and all those positives. My youngest son, Sam, who missed all that. He's a baby when I retired, and his buddies kind of hear about it. They saw the Dream Team video, and that's their only knowledge of that I did anything related to sports. They think I'm a better soccer coach than just about anything.
Do you do you tell them Michael Jordan Dream Team stories?
Well, the older ones again lived it. They know Michael. I mean, they'll walk up and talk to Michael like he's the neighbor. And for Sam again, it's a little new. And that's pretty neat. And he'll ask questions from time to time.
What did you keep though that I might be surprised at memorabilia wise?
I think you'd be surprised that we kept a lot of stuff. But I don't show it. It's just kind of they're stuck in boxes. They're put in the basement, and they're collecting dust. It's not on display anywhere, but we have stuff that the kids or grandkids sometimes can look through and see if anything's enjoyable to
Wait,
them. Your
wife doesn't let you have a man cave?
I don't want a man cave. Then she'll want to come down and disrupt it. So no.
Yeah, you got to have a man cave just so you can pull all that stuff up. That's what you need to tell her. That's why I have a man cave here on my show, so I can put, maybe if she won't let you hang it up and you need a place to hang up some of your gear, you can always loan it to us, John. I'd be more than happy to put up something here to make you feel better about your career.
Well, maybe that'll give me a reason to go down and blow some dust off of something. So we can talk after the show.
We looked for the video. I cannot find that dunk, John.
Oh, got it.
No, it's not. I don't think it happened. I think it...
Well, neither did the people that witnessed it, so we're all on the same page.
Well, nobody wants to admit that they saw it. I'm sure certainly the Cavaliers don't. Who was guarding you that game, by the way? John Crotty or somebody?
No, it was Mark Price was playing on that team. And,
okay. All right.
But it was at the end of the game. The game was basically over, so again, maybe most people had walked out of the building. Who knows?
Mark Price never played defense, though, John.
Oh, please. That guy defended like a tomcat. No, he's underrated.
He is. I've told people this whole crossover stuff and a point guard who was scoring, and I always thought Mark Price is underrated. And if they win a championship, Mark Price is looked upon differently. They lose that game to the Bulls with Michael, and I just think we looked at the Cavaliers as a team that had talent, never got to that next level.
Totally. He's one of the best guards I ever played against. He could score, and yet he could pass it. and I was not kidding about the defense. He was tough, gritty, and he was quick. So yeah, I think he's one of the most underrated guys I played against.
Last time you talked to Karl Malone?
Just a couple weeks ago. Yeah, no, Carl and I stay connected a little bit. His son's playing down at LSU in football, and we always turn on the TV early Saturday morning to see if we can see Junior kicking it around in Death Valley. So, we stay connected.
I can't imagine what Carl would have been like as a football player.
We used to talk about that. I mean, tight end or defensive end were two positions I thought he would have been a monster at. But I'm glad he made the choice he did.
Hey, congrats. Go Bobcats. And thanks for joining us, John. Great to talk to you again.
Great talking to you, Dan. I appreciate it.
All right.
Thank you.
John Stockton, Hall of Fame guard, Utah Jazz.